Welcome to Art Class with Mr. D. Today what we're going to do is do an exciting project. We're going to draw a submarine. Submarines have been around for hundreds of years, and what happens is the old submarines, when they first created them, they were able to hold 1 or 2 people in a submarine. But today they can hold hundreds of people in a submarine. Submarines were used in the Civil War, and submarines can go underwater for about 25 feet when they first were created. But now they can go over 35,000 feet down underwater, and they can stay down for months underwater. So let us go start doing the project right now. The supplies that we're going to use today, I'm going to use my black pencil, I'm going to use a black crayon, orange crayon, a yellow crayon, a brown crayon, a blue crayon, a green crayon, and possibly the red crayon. Now, first thing I'm going to start to do now is we're going to draw the submarine. What I'm going to start to do is I'm going to draw an oval. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a triangle in the back. And I'm going to make a propeller with a figure 8 in the back here. Next, for the submarine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a rectangle. I'm going to make another rectangle on top of it. And a line go to a very thin rectangle and another small rectangle. And it's like for the periscope. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to to make this look round, I'm going to go little, sort of like a little circle like that. Next, I'm going to make a circle for the windows over here on the submarine. Now, what I'm going to do, I want this submarine to be looking almost on top of the water, but the periscope sticking out. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black crayon and I'm going to trace over my pencil the figure 8 around the oval, the curved lines, circle, another circle. Then I'm going to make the rectangle, go over rectangle, the small rectangle, the thin rectangle. I'm going to go right up this and color that right in black. Next, I'm going to color in the submarine. I'm going to make it very light, almost like gray. If I press hard on the crayon, what would happen is that you'll see when I want to go very light. I don't want to get dark black. What I want to do is to be very light. So that's why I'm going over it very lightly. These lines are making sure they're dark. Going very lightly over it so they can get that submarine right here, just like this. And also the propeller, which was the figure 8. I'm going to do this rectangle, colored rectangle in, just like this, and go like that. Now, next, I'm going to put a little light in the window with the yellow crayon. Dark, press hard on the crayon. Next, I'm going to take my blue crayon, and I'm going to do the water. I'm going to start right up over here, just like this, going in one direction. Right like this, back and forth. I can go right over the submarine, right over it with the blue crayon. Of course, the sub is under the water right now, and the periscope is sticking up. And just go right around just like this. I'm going to continue to go down, all the way down near the bottom. I'm doing it lightly, I'm not pressing hard on it. I'm doing lightly because I'm going to blend another color. I'm going to blend the green color to the water. I'm going to take this right down, just like this to the bottom. Next, I'm going to take my green crayon and I'm going to go right over it to give that turquoise look with the ocean look underwater. Go right under it and blend it. Right to the over here. Keep going. You notice I'm only doing this back and forth. I'm not going up and down, sideways, and not making scribble scrabbles. I'm just going right to the bottom here. Filling it in, right, just like this. Going right around, like that. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brown crayon, and my brown crayon, I'm going to go right over here to make it look like there's sand on the bottom of the ocean. Just like this. I'm going to go over the water too. Just come up a bit. Just like this. Create that. Let's go up around here. And if I want to, I can go a little further up on the, and I'm just going in one direction, back and forth, just like this. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sunset. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my orange crayon. I'm going to press hard on the crayon. Go right over the black. Don't worry, it won't do anything to it. Just go right around it, just like this. Back and forth. In the same direction as I did the water, the same way. Going back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Now I'm going to take my yellow crayon. I'm going to go over it and pressing hard. Pressing very hard into it to get that, make it look like a sunset. And the reason why I made a sunset instead of blue, I wanted a different color so I can show where the water is and where the sky is. And I can see where the periscope is sticking up out of the water. Okay, next I'm going to take a little bit of red. And my red, I'm just going to go sideways and lightly get that nice red in there into that sunset. I'm blending colors. I'm blending colors, blending the red into the yellow and the orange to give it that great look of the sunset. Okay, the first thing I did was I drew an oval for the body of the sub. I made a triangle for the back. I made the figure 8 for the propeller that drives the submarine. What I did was next, as I made it look roundish by a curvature line over here, another curvature line. I made 3 curvature lines. I made 2 circles right over here for windows. I made the rectangle over here, a little rectangle over here. Then I made a thin line for the periscope coming up. Periscope is where when they're above the water and they want to stay underwater, they can see where they're going. Then I made a little line over here. Next, what I did was I drew a line over here to make it look like separate the water from the sky. Then what I did is I took my crayon, my black crayon, and I outlined it with a black crayon, and I colored very lightly. Colored the body of the submarine very lightly. The next what I did, I took my yellow crayon, and what I did was I put in lights inside the submarine so they don't fall and bump into each other. They know where they're going inside there. So next on that, what I did was I took my blue crayon and I colored the water all blue. I did it lightly. Went over the blue with my green crayon to give it the look of the ocean. I took my brown crayon. my brown crayon, and what I do with my brown crayon, I made the sand on the bottom of the water, bottom of the ocean, and then when I took my orange crayon and I colored in one direction, it's all done in one direction, back and forth, pressing hard with the orange crayon. Then what I did is I took my yellow and I blended the yellow into the sky where the orange was. And I added red to give it that nice, beautiful look of the sunset. And that's how you draw a submarine.